Listen. You smell something?
On to your butt.
The battle of wits has begun.
Take your stinking paws off me,
finds a way.
damn dirty ape!
Hello there.
This is Sparta!
You're a wizard.
Yes, they deserve this. I hope they burn in hell!
Take a big step back and literally
Fuck your own face!
Do or do not. There is no try.
Beetlejuice.
You ever dance with the devil in the bed?
I'm your huckleberry.
Beetlejuice.
Thinking what I'm thinking.
Hallelujah!
Aim for the bushes.
Holy shit!
That doesn't make sense.
Where's the
I
Tylenol?
believe the common denominator of the universe is not harmony, but chaos, hostility, and murder.
Keith Slate again, and you're watching Pop Culture Kick or listening to Pop Culture Kick on your favorite podcasting platform.
Is
the first time I've ever said that.
It's either YouTube or Spotify.
Or
we don't.
Google Podcast or Apple Podcast or any. It's going
Is it
to all of them.
podcast? I don't know. Are we on all of them?
I am. I did put it on all of them.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
I don't use Spotify, so I wanted to listen to it on Google, so I put it on Google. And then they're like, hey, if you're doing it on Google, why not do it on Apple? I said, okay, click the button.
Put it in Apple.
But yes, that Wednesday dance scene is pretty freaking awesome. The show's good, man. Did you ever watch Sabrina?
No, I didn't watch the new Sabrina.
Oh, dude, Keith didn't watch it either.
I mean, fuck, there's like too much shit out there, bro.
I know. You're a hard-working man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
4 a.m. comes early for the gym, right?
Fucking juggle. Yeah, exactly.
So
I'm usually in bed early.
Sabrina was really good. Really dark.
Yeah, I know. I'm hearing a lot of people comparing it.
It could be in the same universe. Like, it's very similar in style and all that, but
that'd be fun to do, like, little crossover.
Just have Sabrina's school, like, doing a field trip to, like, their town or something.
Have Salem, like, pop up in the school or something.
Yeah. Wednesday's like, oh, hello, and, like, Thing's just petting Salem. Like, just a little nod in the background where Thing is just petting Salem.
Right.
And then you just see the Sabrina walk up and go, oh, there you are, Salem, and then just walk away. Like, that's all you need.
Just some fun Easter eggs and cameos.
But it's good. Wednesday's real good. All right, well, let's hop into our stories here.
Okie dokie.
Remember we talked about, let's see, you got Winnie the Pooh, the Grinch, and what was the other one that we said? There's that third one. Captain Hook?
Forgot.
Peter Pan?
Yeah, Peter Pan. Was it a horror? Yeah.
Nightmare in Neverland or whatever? Yeah. There's another one just announced.
Oh. New one just dropped? Okay, let's hear it.
Bambi. He goes on a killing spree after seeing his mother killed.
So that actually kind of reminds me of that SNL trailer that they did. Did you ever see that one with The Rock?
Oh, yeah.
Where he's Bambi.
It's going to be similar. Bambi's going to go on a quoted as a vicious killing spree. So, yeah, they're going all about that.
Getting back at the hunter for killing his mom.
Exactly. It's like that Deer Hunter game where it's the... you play as the deer hunting the men.
Yeah. I've seen that one before. That's pretty funny.
So, yeah, we got another one. And then on the same note as Nightmares... Did you see the first look? I don't know if you saw it. It didn't pop up on anything big for me. It was on my little horror app that I have. But Dylan's New Nightmare.
No, I've not heard of that.
It is a Nightmare on Elm Street fan film. Dave McRae plays Freddy Krueger, and it looks fucking good, man.
Interesting.
Real good. Dylan's New Nightmare. Pop that up. Take a look at that if you got a sec.
All right, hold on.
It's being made or produced or directed. I don't remember which one. There's 2 Jason Friday the 13th fan films that apparently are really good, like rival the movies. And the same guy's making this one, and it looked good, man. Freddy looks real good.
Okay, is it the horror show channel one?
I think so. Right now they just have like a wallpaper screen of it, and it's got him on the left side, his face, wearing his hat. I haven't seen anything else on there about it. Oh yeah, this is the teaser trailer.
Okay, so this is a fan film. Okay.
It's been 25 years.
T-Rex. Rawr.
5 years.
Meow.
In a mental prison with no means of escape. Nothing to
Is your volume up?
but wait and watch. Trapped in the mind of a little piggy that escaped the slaughter.
Yeah, my volume's up as high as it'll go.
Defeat the Guardian. Until now. Now it's time to have some fun.
Nice. Nice effect.
Yeah, I mean, give these guys $1 million and let them do what they can do with it, man.
After all,
Right. I mean, there's so much you can do with light and color and all that stuff.
Yeah, I feel like the
skin the cat.
studios are
Bleeding
like,
T-Rex, that's kind of fun.
yeah. I feel like the studios are like overthinking it and throwing too much money.
Pong playing itself.
That kid look familiar?
Yeah.
That's the little kid from Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
That's cool.
So there's a
Yeah, there you go.
yeah. See if you can pull the picture. There's an image. Yeah, just go. Yeah, there you go. Top right. Top right. That's it. So this is their page, but look at that, dude. Look at Freddy.
Yeah, that's badass. Man,
It looks good.
Indiegogo, that's pretty cool. So looks like it got funded. That's badass.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna be good, man. It's made by the same team that they did two Jason
There you go.
movies.
Look at that. $22,000, right? Is
Heck
what
yeah.
they pulled. I mean, I don't know what, I don't know what their full budget is. They probably put down some of their own money for it, but there you go, man. Like $22,000 and you can do some pretty cool shit.
Yeah, I mean, the way that Freddy looks, I mean, fuck, did they put all the money right into his makeup? Like, because it looks good.
Yeah, it looks badass.
Yeah, so I'm impressed with that. And like I said, now I want to go see those 2 Jason fan films that they did. Because apparently it's Friday the 13th. All you need is to go out in the woods, a guy with a jacket
Yeah, with
and a fucking hockey
and
mask
yeah.
and a machete. All right, moving on. I just wanted to show that to you because,
Yeah, it's cool.
horror
Looks
is the
cool.
best. Horror.
Well, I mean, and the thing is like usually the fan films are pretty good because they're passionate about it.
Exactly.
Passion projects always tend to like resonate, especially with like, diehard fans. All right. So on to other news. Yeah, you and I had just mentioned this before we started recording the podcast. Bob Iger coming back to Disney as the CEO.
Yeah, actually, it looks like news came out yesterday that Bob Chepik was kind of cooking the books a little bit to hide major losses.
I did not hear about that, but
I just
that
saw it this morning.
kind of makes sense why he's out.
Well, it was always odd that they kept saying like, because here in like Disney and Disney World, they don't even offer season passes to new people anymore because they sold so
Yeah.
many that they can't make the money. Right? We talked about this before.
Mhm. Yeah,
And we're like, well, wait a
and how,
minute,
like the
how?
pass and all that stuff is
Yeah,
broken.
yeah, and we're like, how is Disney like not making enough money to sell more season passes? Like, and now we see that on the backside, he's been hiding and kind of covering up his losses.
Yeah, well, I mean, just from that announcement, their shares have like gone up 8%. So
Well, Bob
it's
Iger's the
really
deal.
popular with investors
Bob
for him
Iger's the
coming
deal
back.
maker, right? He's the guy you bring in
Yeah,
to do deals. He did Marvel, he did Fox. He brought in and gave. He's the one that gave Kevin Feige the control to build Phase 1 and 2 of Marvel, right?
yeah,
And then
yeah,
he left after Phase 2. Phase 3 comes out. Chepik put a management level above Kevin Feige between them.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then now everyone's wondering
No,
why
yeah, no.
Phase
Kevin
3 and
Feige
4 was so
should,
bad.
yeah, Kevin Feige should answer directly to the CEO
And now he
because
is
of
again.
because of the Marvel brand, and just like Star Wars, just the whoever's headed up
Kathleen
Star Wars
Kennedy, I think, was
universe.
running Star Wars.
I don't know if she's running it anymore. I thought they
I think she's in the
moved her
process.
to some other
Yeah.
Disney product. But yeah, those people should be
Yep.
directly reporting to the CEO because of just the size of those franchises. Both are multi-billion dollar franchises.
Without Fox, without or not really Fox, but without Star Wars and Marvel, Disney probably would have been sold a long time ago.
Mhm.
And now actually that brings up the next kind of part of this, which I'm sure you read too, is that they think that Bob Iger might be here because he's only here for 2 years. That's his contract length, 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think he might be trying to set up a sale that has been talked about and going on for a long time, which is Disney might sell out to Apple. That's the rumor. Apple tried to acquire them years ago and
Yeah.
they've never stopped trying to pursue. And when you look at what Disney's worth, it's only worth 180 billion. I mean, only, but you would
That's it, buddy.
you would think it'd be a lot more than that, and it's like no, their costs are so high. They that's what they're worth.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and on the flip side, like you see how like Twitter is just being completely fucking gutted, and like
Hmm.
it's like Elon Musk buys it for like $45 billion and is worth fucking shit now. Like it's nothing. Twitter is gonna go away probably.
Yeah, so yeah. Uh, I don't, and people are talking about how,
Because
like,
yeah, no, good.
how they don't think the FCC would allow Apple to buy Disney, but
Right.
that's
It's
not really an
antitrust.
anti-competitive because Apple's not a major player in that they have their app, but they're
Well, they are when it comes to entertainment. And
yeah,
I think that's where the argument's going to be for antitrust because you remember, yeah, production and distribution, right? You've got,
yeah,
you know, all the majors, right? The Disney, the Warner Brothers, all that. You got to keep competition there. And
right,
with Apple trying to buy Disney or any other, major studio, property like Warner Brothers or whatever, That kind of muddies the playing field there for
Yeah, it was like Disney buying
a
Fox.
lot of people.
That whole thing took a
Yeah,
long time to go through,
yeah.
like
But
a
yeah,
year or
because,
two.
they had to review all the antitrust laws and all that stuff to make sure that everything was on the up and up for that.
Yeah, so I don't know. It'd be
Because
interesting.
Viacom was the one that owned Fox before Disney bought him, right?
Yes,
Think.
something like that. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what comes out of that. Uh,
Yeah, and in the article that I read, he's taking like a big pay cut, like almost like cut in half for that. The dude's already
don't worry, there
well
is
off.
no
He's
lack
already
of food on his
yeah,
kid's table.
yeah, he's already extremely wealthy. So like him coming back, after leaving 2 years ago and taking a half pay cut, like big fucking deal. But at least he's willing to put the money where his mouth is. And obviously, performance based, he'll make a lot of money as long as he's able to
Yeah,
grow the company.
exactly. So we should see some changes coming to Disney stuff. I mean, it from the article I read, it says that he's already gone in and like removed that layer of management, gave Kevin Feige his power back, and kind of giving everyone their, you know, Dave Filoni and those guys, right? And let them go play with their toys. Back when
Yeah.
they were in the golden age of their toys, like because the last 2 years of Marvel hasn't been very good. It's created a fatigue. They've pumped
Yeah,
out just a
yeah.
bunch of dredge full, just
Mm.
shit
Well,
properties.
what I was talking about when you asked me about, like, if I'd watch Sabrina or not, like, there's just way too much media out there. There's way too many media properties out there for, any one person to fucking watch. It's like I gotta clone myself in order to watch everything.
Yeah, and then at night download the memories from your clone,
Yeah, exactly, for my clones and then eat them.
eat them when they're done. Yeah, I mean, uh, Wednesday. I mean, I'm not gonna say too much because you haven't watched. I know you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
watch it.
I still do want to watch that. So,
It's good.
and it's new, so obviously don't want to spoil too much stuff for people who
No,
haven't had the chance to watch it.
it is really good.
And I had seen a article, like a non-news article, pop up that Jenny Ortega, didn't ask Christina Ricci for like any sort of
Yeah,
note into the character, which I'm just like, how is this newsworthy? An actor not asking an actor that previously played the same character.
that
Like,
was on set with her. Yeah,
it's
I
just
saw
like,
I saw her doing
it's not news.
I saw her doing a thing about it where she said that while they're on set together, she had to purposely not
Well,
talk about. Yeah,
she's focusing on her character, and Christina Ricci plays a different character in this, so she wants to focus on her character. So,
exactly.
yeah.
But it plays off great, man. It could literally be Christina Ricci's grown up character. Like she deadpans it. It's the little quirks. I watched an interview. It was like 12, 13 minutes long, where she went through and explained all the different stuff that her and Tim Burton worked on for
Yeah.
for developing. They said that she worked on the Kubrick stare, right, which is famous from Jack Nicholson, where you look down and
Yeah.
you're looking up through your eyebrows. And how she like relaxes all the muscles in her face, and just certain things that she does that she worked on, to bring this character to life or death if you're follow the story.
Right.
The gothicness of it. But
Yeah.
we're on episode 5, and dude, I'm waiting because I know we saw Uncle Fester in the fucking trailer, so I can't wait for that.
Fucking Fred Armisen, dude.
Oh, I can't wait. All right, so yeah, Disney, big news on Disney, man. But Bob Iger being back is big. What's the big play that he's going to do? Is he just here to put the ship back on course and remove icebergs, or is he here for a bigger plan to help set up another sale or purchase? Because I mean, look what they've done to Pixar, man. The last couple of years, they've all gone straight to Disney Plus. This new one, Strange New World, that just came out, didn't even have advertising for it. Barely any advertising.
Yeah,
I mean, Pixar is just thrown to the dirt, and that's some of their biggest company they got in there.
Oh, by the way, I didn't know this, but you know that movie Soul?
SOL.
Yeah, SOUL.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Soul.
the Pixar one.
Soul. Yeah.
The Pixar one, yeah. But I didn't know this, but I just learned this the other day that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross did the score for that movie.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. This is a fun little factoid since you mentioned Pixar there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what else you got for news?
Microsoft, Sony still fighting, and Sony's still throwing a big fit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Microsoft now offered a 10-year deal with Sony of guaranteeing Call of Duty now. And Sony says it's not good enough. But the thing is, like, what company is going to guarantee, I mean, even 10 years? Who knows if Call of Duty is popular in 10 years? Right? I mean, because they're about to take their very first break between games that they have in, 15 years?
Right.
So, 10 years? So,
well, I mean, and that's actually going to be good for them, though. So they can actually have a development schedule where their developers aren't in a time crunch, and they can really focus on releasing a game that actually works day one.
Yeah, I think their big thing is updating the engine, because this engine's been running forever.
Yeah.
But I have a theory of what they're doing, of what Sony's trying to do, right? Because we know Sony loves exclusives. We know it.
Right.
Right? They'll say, hey, it's not fair that they can take that and make that exclusive, but yet they'll pay people to not put things on Xbox and make it exclusive.
Yeah.
Their argument was, which they threw Battlefield under the bus, was that there's no competition for Call of Duty, right? Like
no real competition for it.
No, not money wise and scale wise. Like the last one that just came out like a week in, and it already made $1 billion. Like So I mean,
which, by the way, just real quick, the weekend of December 15th through December 19th is going to be free to play.
Ooh, nice.
Modern Warfare 2, yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, you're saying?
Yeah, so
just want to throw that out there. For people who care.
Yeah, I think Warzone's free. It's just the multiplayer's not.
Yeah.
I lost where I was. Where was I?
Well, we were talking about the longer schedule.
Yeah, no. So there is no. To Sony's credit, they're right. There is nothing. No Killzone can come out or SOCOM. It will take time to build that brand again since they've let it go away for so long.
Right.
But it still won't sell at that level.
Yeah, no. But it could be a passion project, right? The thing is the SOCOM thing could actually do really, really well with its already the previous iteration of SOCOM. Plus, you got to add on how much media surrounding Navy SEALs and stuff like that there is out there. It's kind of part of the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
They still have they still have that SEAL Team 6 show, right? Or SEAL Team show. You got the Terminal List thing. You got a whole bunch of, different media surrounding SEALs that SOCOM, if they brought SOCOM back and they did it right, it may be able to compete.
Yeah, they just have to bring it up, bring a game out where they don't second guess themselves. They need to bring it out as a AAA, put some money into it, put some time into it.
Yeah.
And make it a good game. I mean,
Yeah. Well, the thing is SOCOM focused a lot on the team dynamic. and that's where it's not going to necessarily compete with Call of Duty because for the most part, Call of Duty does not focus on team dynamic.
Call of Duty's run into a room, everyone shoot, throw grenades, and see who comes out alive.
Yeah.
Unless you play hardcore, which we've been playing hardcore, and yeah. You got to communicate. Actually, we've been playing DMZ, which is the new game mode.
Yeah, and then I figure that one you have to communicate a lot more too because
the
it's a bit
NPCs
more risky
will
when
fuck
you
you
go
up.
into the DMZ, especially when you're trying to extract weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah. Keith and I, man, we did one the other night where we were sitting up on the skyscraper and we waited. We saw this truck come creeping in to the extraction zone. And he pops the smoke to call the extraction. So we skydive off this building onto the building right above it. And I look down in the car and I'm like, they can hear us because it's proximity chat now.
Yeah, proximity. Yeah.
And so I threw the knife, and right as I threw the knife, I said, "Hey, I'm throwing a knife." And it was like, we killed the guy.
Think fast.
And then we stole all of his shit. And then we stole his helicopter he called in.
Yeah.
It was good. And then actually last night we extracted with a whole nother team. They were coming at us, and I was like, let's get ready to fuck them up. And the guy's like, whoa. We just want to ride. We just want to ride with you. There's another team chasing us. I said, all right, get in. Dropped fucking proximity mines all over where the helicopter lands and, threw them out as we were lifting off. And all of us were sitting inside the helicopter with guns pointed at each other waiting to see who would fuck up first. But no, we extracted with the whole other team, dude.
There you go. Well, yeah, I mean, when you can actually lay down your guns and kind of communicate with people and do a little bit of co-op, even for like a real quick extract or something like that, then, that makes moments in video games. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. He's like, there's someone chasing us.
Yeah, it was just like us doing the Dark Zone shit too when we were in Division, and we'd come upon like other player characters in the Dark Zone and we're like, hey, don't shoot, we're just
doing a mission.
Trying to, we're here trying to do this shit, and we get in, get out.
Although there was one guy that said, "Hey, don't shoot. We're just doing a mission.
Yeah, and he shoots you.
Jen ran up and fucking killed them all. She killed the whole team.
I mean, yeah, there's that ability to do that too.
She didn't believe them.
You want to be a dick, you want to grief people, then have fun with that. But there's consequences.
That was fucking hilarious, dude. Everyone was looking at Jen like, what the hell?
Don't shoot! And then, blah.
Oh, man. Anyway, I forgot to mention, back on the Microsoft Sony thing.
Microsoft.
So, my theory that what they're doing, what Sony's doing to derail this, is that I think what they're hoping is that this deal doesn't go through, and Activision Blizzard is going to have to sell off their studios, right? Because they're not going to be able to be around because of all the lawsuits.
Yeah.
I think Sony's doing this on purpose so they can buy Infinity Ward outright, and then they would make that shit exclusive to them. The whole thing they're bitching about. I guarantee you that's what they're probably trying to do. That makes sense. That's right out of Sony's playbook. They're going to derail this, try to make it where it doesn't go through, and Activision has to sell off their own shit, and this way they don't have to drop $70 billion to buy everything. They can just buy the Call of Duty chunk they want.
Right.
I think that's what they're doing.
I'll be right back.
Roger that.
Roger.
Let's see. Yeah. Updating my notes. Jen's playing A Plague's Tale. Requiem. The new one. It's pretty badass. Looks good. Let's see here. Read this comic. It's so good. I was showing our viewers the I Hate This Place, or if you get the exclusive, Fuck This Place, the other one. This is a badass comic series. So, Keith has...
Who's the publisher on that one?
This is Skybound Image.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, let me see if I can just show you, like, the art in this, dude. It's a brutal book. I mean, it's... Yeah, like...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like ghosts and shit and monsters. Like, there's a big, like, Wendigo monster. Like, it's a badass book, man. I dropped off those other books to Keith, the Last Ronin and the Batman 89 series.
Okay.
So once I get Jen to read these, I'll bring these to San Antonio for you guys as well.
Okay.
There's that one and this one.
Yeah, I've heard of the Grimm series. Yeah.
So each of these series only has 5 books. This is from Boom Studios.
I like that. Yeah, I like that cover.
Yeah, dude. It's legit. Like, all the... It's just like walking in the day.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Let's see. I like this one, too. She's screaming and skulls around.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, screaming.
Yeah.
Cool.
So both these
fast.
series only have 5 books in them right now.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any dates yet to bring more. It's kind of a limited where they see how it does. But man, hey, they're great. I'm digging the resurgence of horror comic books. Like what's his name? What's that horror book series that kids like?
Goosebumps?
Goosebumps. What's his name?
R.L. Stein?
Yeah, R.L. Stein's got a mature horror comic series out now that's kind of like Creepshow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then there's a new Creepshow comic and just all these awesome badass horror comics that are out now that I've been reading, man, and they're fucking good.
Nice.
All right. I've only got one more story, so what you got?
Did you hear that The Witcher is going to get another spin-off series?
Which one?
Another spin-off series on Netflix.
I didn't.
It says in here that it's going to be based on a group of Nilfgaardians called the Rats.
Huh. Okay.
It comes from the books.
Yeah, I remember the rats in the books.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a spin-off of The Witcher.
Okay.
Based around them.
The books were good, man. I mean, I think they were originally written in like Russian or something. They had to be translated to English, but they were good. I read 3 or 4 of them. They were pretty badass.
What else you got for the news, then?
The only other thing I've got is we were talking about Wednesday earlier. People are like lighting up Tim Burton for this show. He's had a checkered past with the fact that, like, I think this is the first major main character that wasn't white in one of his movies.
Oh, okay.
Right? So that's not what they're upset about. They're upset that the 3 black people that are in the show are all bullies and bad guys in the show.
Oh, okay.
But he did not write the script. The team that did Smallville is the one that wrote the script. It's Miles and I can't remember their names. The Go and Miller or something. I don't know. The team that wrote Smallville and other shows like CW shows and stuff. which this kind of has a CW feel to it a little bit.
Okay.
Which is like Sabrina and all that did. But they wrote the script, and I don't think Burton did all the casting. I think he did Wednesday and the Addams Family, and I think
I was
that
gonna
was
say
it.
that seems like more of a casting director thing. If the casting director is, taking these characters and, has like a specific
Yeah,
thing that they want to cast for.
but
So it seems like the casting director is more on the hook for that
because
than
he's
Tim Burton.
the figurehead of the show, Tim Burton's
Right.
Wednesday, he's getting all the hate. And Twitter's lighting him up. Like all the
Well,
quotes,
Twitter's not going to be around for too much longer anyway.
all the quotes and stuff that that are on there of how tone deaf is this and all this stuff, and they got to understand he's not the only person in this entire production that made those decisions.
Well, I mean, ultimately he's got to sign off on the cast though.
Yeah.
So he does have a little bit of responsibility when it comes to that, but that's where you kind of just pull the casting director aside and you're like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
it may just be that they didn't, it's not a conscious thing. It's just,
I mean, it may be like an unconscious bias that the casting director, or I mean, sometimes there's more than one casting, person anyway. But it seems kind of tone deaf.
Yeah,
especially for it being 2022.
Yeah, so that was the kind of thing he's taking fire under, and people were coming out to defend, saying not really defend that, but defending the fact that every time something comes up where like someone who's not white is the bad guy, people immediately call it out, saying it's racist, and it's like, what? You can't not have a non-white guy as a bad guy?
I mean, maybe the writing staff can turn it around and actually make one of those bully characters, kind of turn from being a bully to, kind of being a friend.
And in all honestly, I've only watched 4 episodes, so I haven't seen past.
Yeah.
And the people that were doing this was the day it released, so they may have only seen the parts that I've seen, which is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, because I mean, hey, maybe they start out as a bully, but then they have like a really good character arc, and it turns around, and they turn out, to become her friend or something. So, that remains to be seen. Give it a fucking chance, right?
Exactly. It's good.
Because that's kind of the thing that's like way more interesting too. Is not the fact that like this certain character is this race and all this stuff, and they are a bad guy. It's way more interesting to turn a bad guy into a good guy and have that kind of character on it. Like put some thought behind it, and then kind of turn it around.
Yeah.
Instead of them just being like a one-note character, because that's what really pisses off a lot of people.
Exactly.
Is a person of color being a one-note character instead of having
no character growth,
depth, and no growth. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't care what color the people are as long as they're doing a good job of shutting my brain off and letting me enjoy. Like honestly, I wanted to see I just blanked out, man. The guy who plays Heimdall. What's his name?
Oh, Idris Elba.
Oh, fucking love Idris Elba. I wanted him to play James Bond, right? Like,
yes. Yeah, I mean, everybody wants it.
The whole world wants it. He's just too old to do it now. Unless they do like a one-off or two,
I don't know, man, because, fucking Daniel Craig
that's true.
Is not young either. He wasn't particularly young when he actually took on that character.
That's true.
Because you gotta remember,
they don't do
James Bond is different people during different eras.
Yeah.
James Bond is not one person.
That's true, and we're not signing on for 20 years of movies. He could just sign on to do a 3-picture deal.
A trilogy, yeah. A quick trilogy, get in,
get
out.
Fucking happen, because Idris Elba is fucking genius.
Motherfuckers.
And just like how they're casting Esposito. What's his name? Gus Fring.
Oh yeah. Juan Carlo. Yeah.
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 As Professor X, maybe.
As Professor X, right?
Right?
Exactly.
Fuck yeah, dude. You know how good that guy is?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
You know, so I don't really give a shit. You know, just make it good, make it smart.
As long as you're casting a phenomenal actor to play the character, especially someone as iconic as Charles Xavier
or James Bond, or you know, something like that. And yeah, man, it's dude, I can't wait. That's gonna be so cool. You know, like they were talking about having Michael B. Jordan playing Superman from another universe. You know?
Oh, dude, he could play Steel.
Dude, yeah. Well, I don't know if he's big enough for Steel.
He's big enough for Steel. He can get there.
I meant like tall wise. He's a short dude.
Oh, yeah. So what?
Yeah, Steel's typically tall, big dude.
You just use fucking apple crates like they do for fucking Tom Cruise in every film he's in.
Yeah, with perspective on camera.
Yeah.
That's like Gwendolyn Christie is in Wednesday, right? She's like 7 foot tall, dude. Yeah. So like she like leans over looking down at Wednesday. So in a lot of scenes she's like further back.
Yeah.
And so the camera's at an angle to make it look like she's not as tall. But they have one scene where she's scolding Wednesday and she literally like bends, like Wednesday comes up to like here on her.
Yeah. And I mean, that makes sense, you know, for her.
She's a big lady.
Character to be, that makes sense. I mean, okay, it's a little bit typecast, but I mean, you know, hey, she's got to work with it and it gets her money, right? You know, she can be that tall, intimidating woman, just like in Sandman, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she played Lucifer.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah. That was fucking cool.
It was cool.
So,
I was like, oh my God, Brianna Tarth. She went to hell.
She went to hell.
Now she rules it.
Went to hell and took over. No.
Yeah.
Great actress.
Exactly.
Love her.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of silly that they were jumping on it already, you know, calling him racist, but the whole Addams family, none of them are even white. None of them. Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah.
Right? Even the kid who plays Pugsley.
The characters themselves aren't even fucking white. Like, come on. Like, maybe Morticia, but Gomez? Come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, and I'll tell you what, the kid who plays Pugsley looks just like Gomez's kid from the movies. What was his name? Raul. What's his name? Raul something. He died. He died after doing Street Fighter. Bison was the last thing he went out on.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Raul something. Yeah. Anyway, the Pugsley kid looks like it could have been his kid. I was like, oh my God, that's a little Raul right there.
Let's figure out his name.
It's like right on the fucking tip of my tongue. Yeah, that dude did some crazy good shit.
Raul Julia.
Julia, there you go. Julia, yes. I knew it.
Icon, yeah.
Yeah, that dude nailed every role he did. Even Bison, like playing Bison in a Street Fighter is like a passion movie. Like it's a shit movie. It's a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, but it's a fun one to watch.
You have to really love Street Fighter in order to love it. And us as fucking kids, it was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's got Blanca and all them in it. But Bison was badass in that movie, man. He owned that shit. So, yeah. Other than that, I don't have too much other news. I know there was some other stuff, but we're going to try to keep this week short. Black Friday came out, man, and I mean, there's Xbox Series S's, X's, and PS5s everywhere right now. I went into a Target and they had pallets of them.
Yeah. I got one more piece of news. We were talking about this a little bit. I mentioned it before we started recording. Guillermo del Toro and other filmmakers are criticizing um, the Mexican Academy of Cinematic Arts and Sciences and just the Mexican government and Mexican film industry in general because they just feel like they're not
Yeah.
getting enough funding and all that stuff to keep the Mexican film industry afloat. That's a huge thing, especially Guillermo del Toro because he's like one of the
They
best.
need to like be
like,
having that guy on a
contemporary-
pedestal and like running that whole thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. He should be the director of the fucking Mexican film industry because the guy is a
Guillermo is
phenomenal
fucking
artist
phenomenal.
/ director. Yeah. So no, I mean, so there's a lot of criticism going on from that, and I guess they were having like their, I guess they were doing the award show, and that's where they were kind of criticizing it publicly
Gotcha.
in Mexico.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
So hopefully they can be heard in that sphere. Because I would like to see, a lot more films come out of the Mexican film industry because there is a lot of interesting folklore there. There's a lot of interesting stuff, and of course Guillermo del Toro.
yeah, I mean,
Being
he
part of that is important.
he started out down there as like a group. There was a small group of filmmakers, and that's where he got his start. And then he came to Hollywood to do some of the bigger budget stuff. And
Yeah, I mean, it's because he wanted to make a living at it.
yeah, and you can always tell a Guillermo's movie, man, because the color and the lighting and all of that just is gorgeous. His environments are always so detailed. I mean, even Blade, looked good, or Hellboy looked good, man. Oh, well, he did Blade 2 as well. He did the monsters and shit for Blade 2, so yeah. I mean, it just Shape of Water. I mean, everything is just Pan's Labyrinth just looks so damn good in his worlds.
Yeah. So the president of the academy said that the academy is going to be redirecting efforts to reorganize,
Okay,
and rebuild finances of the organization. So
good.
hopefully we can see some really, really good stuff come out of Mexico.
Heck yeah. They need to
next
listen to
year,
that man.
2023.
That man knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, he's got so many projects too. On top of the Pacific Rim show.
Yeah.
Which I think
That Pinocchio,
just ended.
right?
Pinocchio. He's got his Box Trolls is like his passion. Cartoon for DreamWorks. But then he writes too. He writes novels. He writes novellas. He writes. He just did that horror anthology for Netflix, which was really good.
Yeah.
Holy shit! His Cabinet of Horror or Cabinet of Mystery or whatever. Some scary shit he did in there. They didn't hold back. He's good, man. He's real good.
Yeah.
That's Jen's favorite. She loves Guillermo.
Yeah. He's a badass, man.
Yeah. Other than that, that's it, man. That's all I got.
All right. Yeah. All right. So
Happy
just
Thanksgiving, everybody.
December 16th, go watch Avatar: The Way of Water.
Yes.
Gotta remind everybody about that.
Yeah, because it has to make $2 billion to break even.
$69 billion.
From what I heard, is that it has to hit $2 billion in order to make a profit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Here.
Okay. He said if this movie fails, he's gonna stop it at 3. So 3's coming no matter what. But he filmed enough
but I know,
to alter
you
it.
said there was 5 that he had cooking.
He's got 5 of them total, and he can alter the story enough through editing to end it on 3 if he needed to.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyway,
All right.
hope everyone had enough turkey. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
if
Thanksgiving.
you're in this part of the world.
Yeah.
And
America.
we're coming up to Krampus season, so.
Otherwise, if you're not from America or not in America, you basically have nothing to be thankful for. Sorry.
Oh, go watch the holiday special. Fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Watch the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
It made Jen cry. It was that good.
I didn't.
She's like, no, I
I don't
didn't.
know if I want to watch it.
It was heartwarming. It was really It is now going to be a Christmas tradition to watch this. It was that fucking good.
I remember seeing something that they brought James Rooker back. Michael Rooker back.
Yeah, and it's James Gunn, right? He made this while he was making Guardians 3, and it was fucking good. That good.
Yeah.
Like, it's 45 minutes. That's all.
All right.
Hey, do we have to pick up the toys?
All right. Well, that's all we have for this week. Pop Culture Kick. I am Mark Becker.
All right. I am Nick Zilla. And, yes, thank you, and good night.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
I gotta go run out in the backyard real quick, because for some reason our lawn guy's cutting our lawn, and it's full of dog toys out there.
Okay. All right. We'll get the dog toys out of the way.
Yes, I gotta go save the dog toys.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Well, come visit us next week when we record another episode of the.
It'll be no, I'm gonna be out of town.
Or is it not next week? Okay.
I'm gonna be at Universal Studios, so we'll have to do it Monday night.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, it'll be a birthday episode coming up.
Until next week.
Okay. Bye. Bye-bye now.
TBA.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
What is the most unattractive male first name in the English language?
What you just said, Keith, is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Most of all, fuck you!
That's all, folks.